Hey everybody, this is Dave, and I am considering this day 92 through 97. 92 I actually hiked, I believe we did about 18 miles and ended at the movie theater in Warwick, New York, where my wife came and picked me up that night. And we drove home. So that was on 92, and then 93, 4, 5, 6, and 7, I'm at home. But 97, I might be able to get a hike when I come back to Warwick, New York, and resume my through hike. So I'm going to give you a little bit of footage from day 92. That's coming up next. And then I'm going to go into everything, soup to nuts, of what I'm carrying now that I have been on the trail almost 100 days, which if you've seen my other videos, this 5-day trip off trail is for my son's graduation, which went well. And then a few weeks ago, I was back for my son's theater production, and that would be 9 days total for those two trips. So I don't really consider those a standard zero, but with that being said, that just pushes everything back. So 97 days when I get back on trail, depending on when I get back to New York, it might be day 98 when I get back. So I'm going to go into the footage from day 92. It's only a couple minutes because I was too excited about getting home, and I kind of didn't do a lot of filming that day, honestly. And so we'll get into that now. Without further ado.
It is day 92 here with Dave. I'm Mountain Goat, and we are Unionville,
No, New York.
New York. But really, we're going back into New Jersey. So yeah, happy hiking, everybody.
All right, yeah. Gotta talk to my agent. This is the wildlife of the day, people. Enjoy. Here it is. Here's the, I don't know, boardwalk that seems to go on forever. And I think we're still in New Jersey. So, enjoy. It's really pretty here, but very wet, so I built this, and this goes on forever and ever and ever. Okay, now that you've seen day 92, I'm going to walk us through literally everything that I have in my pack right now. Remember, right now it's June and I'm in Warwick, New York. Not right now, you see I'm at home, but that's where I'm resuming my trail, my through hike. So keep that in mind. It's been in the 70s during the day, 70s and low 80s. Sometimes it's popped up into the mid 80s, but then at night it is roughly 50-ish degrees. So that means that I'm not carrying any winter gear. I have lightened up my pack substantially and even thought of going with a smaller pack, but I like what I'm doing with my Durston. So let's start right there. I have my Durston Kakwa 55 liter. As you'll see, it's a pretty big beast, but when I'm fully packed, it is actually down to here. I do have a Nylofume bag to protect my gear from the rain. And as the the denier on this is not fully waterproof, and on a big storm it'll actually leak through. So a couple things I want to talk about with this and where I put things. In this left pouch, I will put my snacks for the morning, and then in the back of the pouch I'll put my snacks for the afternoon and evening if I'm still going for that long. So that's kind of one thing I do. In this pocket right here, that one I actually have some postcards which I haven't sent yet, and I put my wallet, and I usually, well, I have my wallet in a little plastic pouch. Again, it got wet earlier and I didn't want that to happen again. In the right pocket, I put my my phone, and sometimes I'll put my glasses, but I find they want to get bent there, so I just put those in my front pocket. So that's kind of a starting point, but this pack has done really well for me, and I am going to walk through everything that goes in it, literally soup to nuts, very thorough today. This is what I'm going to be using. Oops, something just fell. I'm going to be using going forward. It's part of a North Face 1, or it's like a 3-in-1 sleeping bag, but I'm using this as a light quilt. I was using my Zen Bivy, which I've put that, I put that away already. I was using the Zen Bivy 25 degree bag, and I've changed it out for this. I just need something on top of me. I'm overheating at night, even at 50 degrees, and worst comes to worst, I'll throw on my puffy jacket if I need it. I am getting closer to New England, so if I need to switch back to the Zen Bivy, I'll do that. But what I do is, this gets stuffed to the bottom of the bag. So, which is very easy to go in now. The Zen Bivy is a lot more bulky. I'll talk about my sleep system. I use a piece of Tyvek, which, thankful to Scorpion Queen, she told me I needed to throw it in the wash so it's not so crinkly and loud, and because it was pretty horrible. So I thank her for letting me know that. So that's what I did this weekend. But that will go under my sleeping pad. It's not going under my tent. I feel that this is just a better option under the sleeping pad. It's just harder to get it under the tent. And it allows me to literally pack it up pretty quickly. So that goes in next. I have 2 Outdoor Vitals pillows. Again, I sleep on my side, so which I've expressed in many of my videos. One of these has a slow leak. I don't sleep well anyhow, so halfway through the night I end up just reinflating it. I do adjust the height because of the, I don't want to get a crick in my neck, so that goes in next. This is the Thermarest NeoAir Uberlight. It's 8.8 ounces. I changed out my Big Agnes Rapide SL, which I think you can see there. That was 4.2 R value, very thick pad, did me a lot of good in the colder weather, and I basically traded it out for this to save over a pound on my pack weight. And then I just put this, I fold it only a certain amount, and then I put this on like that. It's just easier in the morning to get that and get that going. This is the Thermarest pump sack, which I use to inflate the sleep pad. I've gotten rid of, I think you may remember, the flex tail. I've gotten rid of that because I don't need it. The sleep pad is small enough that it's just a few 6 to 8 inflations with the pump sack, and it does a great job. So that's that. I have my food bag, which goes in next, and I'm going to just dump it out and show you what I have right now. I have to do a resupply, but I'm using a Hilltop Pack storage bag. It is Dyneema. It's waterproof for when I hang with my new rope. I just bought this new rope. This is 2.5 ounces, and it has a little carabiner. I didn't have the smaller carabiner. I use this one. I like it. And then the little pack to put my rocks in. And this is what I'm going to use. I have a bigger cord over there, but this has a lot less friction. So that's what I'm going with now. I have 5 tuna packets and a spoon for the tuna packets. I am not using a stove at this point, and I'm not cold soaking, if that's a question. But I do, I just eat cold foods, or foods that are to be eaten cold. I have some, my sister gave me, these are liquid IV, and they have flavor. They do a good job. I was finding that the element that I was using without the flavor, the original flavor, I wasn't able to palate it after a while, and unfortunately I have still a whole bunch of those. My sister gave me these. I'm carrying 6 at a time because I don't need them every day. I eat enough salty foods. If it's a really hot day, I'm going to use them going forward, but I haven't had to use an electrolyte pack recently. No cramps, no fatigue, well, other than normal hiking fatigue. So those go in. I still have a partial roll of toilet paper that I bought at the Stanimals in Glasgow. So this roll has lasted me several hundred miles, partly because I am only needing it when I'm sleeping in my tent or sleeping at a shelter. But the further you go up north, there are many of the shelters. Well, shelters and yeah, they may have toilet paper. So I'm using this. Hopefully, maybe this will make it all the way to Katahdin. Who knows? I will get more if I need it. I carry, these are Ziploc bags. This is for my trash because I'm using tuna packets. They get really smelly, tuna packets. And I have some Spam back here. I'll put some Spam in before I leave. And then I'll get some snacks for resupply. But these are what I'm using for my trash bags. And then when I get somewhere, I just throw it away, because if I open it up, then it smells disgusting. So that's what I'm doing with that. So I carry 5 or 6 of those. Toothbrush, toothpaste, self-explanatory. And then I have some Skippy. This, as remember, I just came off trail, so I'm very limited in how many snacks I have right now. But I'm going to put these in their own Ziploc with other snacks. I just have to get a Ziploc bag from my wife because my other one was ruined just over time. So that is what I will put next in my backpack. Sometimes I just roll it up and then I put that in. I'm trying to get this in here behind my back, my lumbar spine. That's where I feel it affects the weight of the backpack the least. I have my electronics, which I have a little pad of paper to kind of record the days. 1 cube the Nightcore NU25, a power bank and my electrical cords in here, and a mechanical pencil. And that's what's going to go in next. Again, as we come up north, there's more and more places where you can recharge your electronics, and it would be my phone, my earbuds, and we'll get to this, my Garmin, and then the NU25. This is my pharmacy, my medical kit. I have one bag, and in that bag I have some supplies. I have Neosporin, which I've used this once. That's why it looks really full. I have 2 Band-Aids. I have 3 pieces of KT tape. I have a repair kit for my sleeping pad, and I have a piece of tenacious tape for any holes that I might get in my tent, which we'll get to. I also have some supplies so I can check my Coumadin levels, my INR, because I've had blood clots in the past, so I have to keep an eye on that. And speaking of that, I have an INR machine, which this is 6 to 8 ounces, so it's pretty heavy, but I do need it, otherwise I'll die. Well, I won't die. I could die, but not because of that. So I have to keep an eye on my levels. I keep in the medical kit my little Swiss Army knife and my Bic lighter. This is the first Bic lighter I've used, and it's the only Army knife I've used, and so they've lasted. I'll put this all back like that. And lately with the blisters, I have been using a combo of, this is like a cover roll, which I cut a small piece, I put that over the blister first, and then I cover it with my Leuco tape. That seems to work best for me. I know some people are using different things to cover their blisters. I will actually, in the medical kit, I have thread and a needle, and I'm using that needle to pop my blisters. Just let you know, I've done several surgeries on my blisters. One of them was in Boiling Springs, and I think I had mentioned that in a previous video. But I'm doing well with the blisters, so they're not really bothering me, and that's only as needed. I've backed off on the tape and using that as needed. The next thing that goes in my pack is my clothing bag, and you'll be very interested to see this. All my clothes, I have, these are from Walmart, a top and a bottom base layer, which are very lightweight as far as that goes. I have, this is underwear pair 2 and sock pair 2. I got rid of pretty much every other aspect of my clothing, other than a couple things. I'll show you what things that I'm going to be wearing daily, plus raincoat and puffy, which you'll see in a moment. So that goes next. My X-Mid Pro 2. I'm finding that this is maybe too big of a footprint for the White Mountains, but I'm going to continue to use it until I can't, and I'll find a way to use it or to be able to sleep without having to worry about that. But that does not go next. What goes next is my puffy jacket. This is a Decathlon. I can't remember the model, but I think it's the 4 class. It's the one that Dan Becker promoted, and I bought it. It is a down. but it has gotten wet, and I just use this as a camp jacket, or if it's cold and not raining. For the most part, I have gotten caught in the rain, but I just briefly, ooh, excuse me. It's been a long day of doing nothing. So that goes in next, and that's the last thing. I push this down. That's the last thing that goes in with my in the plastic liner, Nylofume. And then I'll put the tent in. Again, it's done well. I'm able to keep everything except for my food bag in the tent with me. So if it gets rainy, then that's, if it gets rainy, then just keeps everything dry. So I'm gonna put this all the way down, fold it back, and now, so that is literally everything I have inside my backpack. And as you can see, it is not heavy. I have been reducing the weight in the backpack for quite some time. And the weather's getting better and whatnot. So I have a sit pad, which I was going to cut this down more, but it's a matter of ounces, and I'm just keeping it as is for now. I slide this in the side here. I have been using this as a pee bottle. It has white tape on it, so I can feel it's tactile, and I don't have to see it, but this is not my, it's not my filter. That's my filter. But that goes in the side. I did get rid of my shovel. I haven't used my shovel in a couple months, probably 6 weeks, because I'm trying to stay at shelters, hostels, hotels, and if I sleep in at a tent site, if I sleep in a tent, then I'm usually at a shelter, so I haven't had to use it at this point. So I might just throw it back in. It depends. So then, like I said, I put some items in here as far as food. I have, this is the one, I'll call this a luxury item. I just spray myself only if I'm getting, if it's getting buggy. So I don't do that every day, especially on the drier days. You don't really have a lot of bugs, but I will keep it because I'm gonna need it. And this is Ben's, and it has 30% DEET. And it's done a good job to keep the bugs off me. So that goes in the back. I have a North Face raincoat that I got from Kittery Trading Post. It costs about $100. It's a small. I was using a Marmot Precip. I wanted to use another one of those, but they didn't have them in stock my size. I went from a large to a small as far as clothing goes for my jacket. So that goes here, stuffed in there with some food. Then I will put my hat, which I'm tempted to get rid of this. I haven't worn it in a while. But if it does rain, it's good to have underneath your hood so it keeps the hood off your face. I have these Crocs from, well, they're not Crocs. They're fakies, but I got them from Walmart for $20 or so. They're 5.5 ounces each. I know that's 11 ounces. It's 3/4 of a pound, but they have really saved my feet. And so I'll put that one on the other side, and then I just close it up. And I stand my pack up. I'm I'm filling these up now. I have some others, but these are 0.7 liters. So it's about 1.5 liters that I carry. There is water that has been semi-plentiful throughout New York and New Jersey, so I'm not too worried about that. I try to have all of this gone within, like when I get to the next water supply. And then I have my selfie show, and it's my selfie stick for recording. I put my water filter in the front pouch for easy access. And then I put my Garmin, which I've only used this probably a dozen times when I've gotten somewhere where I couldn't let my wife know where I was and what I was doing, and that I was in camp and whatnot. So, but it's good for safety. I'm keeping it, and I put it in the front pouch here, kind of out of the way. So that plus, like I said, my phone here, my snacks for the morning here, and that's all I have literally in my backpack. So now I'll talk about my daily attire. I have been wearing the same clothes every day in between hostel or hotel where I can do some laundry. So underwear, prevents chafing, pair of shorts, outdoor research. These are really comfortable. I might end up changing to something else, but the reason why I like them is they do have front and back pockets. The front pockets, if I'm not hungry first thing in the morning, I'll put my Spam packets in the front, one in each front pocket. And then I also put a pair of my glasses in that front pocket. I have 2 pairs of socks, one for one while I'm hiking, the other one to trade out. And I generally will wear 1 pair of socks for a few days, unless they get wet. And if they get wet, then I will trade them out and then get them laundered. But if I do experience any blisters, then I will get rid of those and trade them out quicker. That's that. And then I have my my sun hoodie, which there's the hood, and it's long sleeve, and you would think this is really warm, but in an 85-degree day, I've been able to feel comfortable, and especially if I'm sweating, the sweat pretty much gets onto the clothing and then evaporates, and it actually cools me off pretty well. My shoes, these are my Topo Terra Venture 4. This is pair number 3, and what I'm doing now that I didn't do at the beginning of the trail is I'm using a pair of Super Feet. These are just standard off-the-shelf orthotics, and it's just a hard plate right here and soft front, and it is a little cushiony. These I put in at Boiling Springs when my blisters were bad. So they're going right into this pair. If I feel like they're broken down a little bit, then I'll replace them. They're about $50 to replace. And then, like I said, the Topos, these are pair number 3. They have not touched the dirt yet, and I will be going with that. The first 2 pairs, pair 1 was 730 miles, pair 2 was, I think, 630 or 660, something like that. So I really got a lot of good use out of them, and I'm going with the exact same pair. I got these on sale 50% off. It was the last one that they had, and they had it marked down. That was in Front Royal Virginia. Yeah, at the end of the Shenandoah, so it was in Virginia. So that was a nice deal for those. And then the last thing that I carry are my Mountain Smith Dolomite trekking poles, and they have a cork up top. I feel really good with them. I did put some duct tape on them, just as just in case I need it. But you'll notice they are getting very, very worn on the tips. But I haven't had any problems, and we are at least through the majority of the rocks until we start to get back into New England, from my understanding. If you want to comment on any of this, I do like to comment back and see, just kind of provide me some insight. My pack fully with full water and generally 2 days of food. Like I said, food is plentiful up in New Jersey, New York. You don't really have to carry a lot of food. My pack I weighed it was 20 pounds, and I have taken another pound out when I came home with some of the clothing that I've changed, and part of the rope. There's several little things. So if you have any questions, comments, please do that. Subscribe and like this video. And this concludes the episode leading up to day 97. If I do hike on day 97 on Monday afternoon, Monday night, that will be included in the day 98. I'll do like a 97B/98 or something like that. But anyhow, thanks for watching and have a great day.